Hey friends, welcome back to my channel. So today I'm actually going to be doing a look with the Makeup Revolution Mint Chocolate Eyeshadow Palette, and this is one of my drugstore favorites in my Friday series that I wanted to feature today to kind of show you some other ways that I've used this palette. I've done it in a previous video, but I wanted to feature this as my Friday favorites in my series. And this is a really beautiful palette, and the color range in here is absolutely gorgeous. And I'm only using about maybe 4 colors out of here today to create this look that I've created. And the next thing that I want to feature in my Friday favorites today is this L'Oreal 24-Hour Fresh Infallible. So this foundation has been my absolute favorite for the last, I'd say, about month or two. Probably a little bit longer than that. Once it launched, I went on ahead and got it, and I wanted to use this for quite some time. And I've actually put down my physician's formula for this foundation. So that's like holy grail to me, the physician's formula. But this foundation appears to be very weightless. It does give me really good coverage, and it does a great job of kind of mattifying my T-zone for me a little bit. So this has been my reach for the last few months, and I'm just really love this. And the very last item that I'm featuring today in my Friday favorites is gonna go to my Maybelline Master Chrome, and this is the metallic highlighter by Maybelline, and it's really gorgeous. I'm wearing it here in this video, and it is so gorgeous, and the color payoff is just amazing. I mean, just look at that. Such a beautiful color. There are other colors in this range, so you have to see what kind of fits you or works with you. But this is going to be a voiceover video just so I can kind of move a little bit faster, because I can get a little bit long-winded. But I'm really excited. My channel is definitely growing. You guys keep coming back for videos, so definitely keep coming back. Like I said, we're going to do a voiceover for this video. If you have not subscribed to my channel, make sure you hit that bell button down below and subscribe. Also, if you have not hit that notification bell to make sure that you know when I upload my next video, make sure to do that. If you have not visited shopvault28.com, go ahead and do that. There's a big, huge 60% off sale going on, because we are getting our late spring and summer inventory in for the new year. And so we're pretty excited about that. This look was not as hard as I thought, but I definitely love the eyes and I love the look. So definitely keep on watching so you can see how to achieve this look. All right, now let's get to it. So I'm using the Makeup Revolution Mint Chocolate Palette, and I actually picked this up a few months back and I love it. So I'm going to go in with this transition shade. Unfortunately, they do not have these shades with any names on them. So I will definitely tell you what shade and point to the shade that I'm using if you have this palette. And guys, I'm just putting this all over the lid just to make sure that I have a really good base for the eyeshadows to kind of glide on. My eyes have already been primed, and to prime my eyes, I use the Milani eyeshadow primer, which is really good. I kind of one of my holy grail products and very affordable products out of the drugstore. So here I'm taking a Real Techniques shadow brush, and I'm just brushing that transition color all over the eye. So here I'm going to go in with a little bit of a deeper shade in that Revolution palette, and it's more of like a kind of a milk chocolatey shade, and I'm going to take that into my crease. And here I am using a more angled shadow brush from the Real Techniques line. And if you know anything, or you've been watching my channel, I use a lot of their brushes. They're very good quality brushes, and the price is definitely there for these brushes. So you just do those windshield wiper motions with the Real Techniques brush, and I'm just taking that chocolate shade and I'm just going back and forth in my crease. And I've always told you guys that that back and forth motion is what kind of gives you that shadow effect of those shadows. You have to constantly be moving that brush back and forth to kind of just make sure those shadows are blended very well and that you're achieving the look that you want with those eyeshadows. But don't be afraid to use the color. It just takes a little bit more time. Just take your time. There's no rush. Give yourself some time that day if you are going to use eyeshadows that have color, just so you can kind of work them a little bit more on your eyes and you're not rushed, and it gives you a little bit more of a flawless look. Have you noticed that I don't have on any foundation? Because I've always done my eyes first, because I just feel like there's a little bit of fallout. These shadows actually don't have a lot of fallout, but no matter what lands on my cheekbones or what lands underneath my eye, I can always go back and clean it up with what I'm putting on my eyes. If it falls out there, I can just always go back and have an easy cleanup before I start applying any of the foundation to my face. So here I'm going to go in with this rusty kind of terracotta kind of orange color that I'm going to lay down on my lids. And it is really, really beautiful. I use my fingers. I have no problem doing that. I use my fingers because when you're dealing with shadows, and these are very creamy shadows. When you're dealing with shadows that are kind of more of a cream base more than a matte base, I just feel like my hands or my fingers do a much better job of the flow of the shadows than me just taking a brush. And I can kind of place it in the little corners and cracks where I want it to go, other than using a brush. Now don't get me wrong, I will go back in with a brush and kind of feather out, you know, the hard line that's between the two shadows, because you want to make sure that you're blending out that line that separates the two, from the crease shadow I put in and then this shadow that I'm laying down on my lid. It just makes everything look very seamless, and you don't have those harsh lines in your eye. And you just want to make sure that you're blending. I just absolutely love these colors. I think that they go really, really nicely. I tried to wear something that was not punching out a lot of color with my black and white sweater, just because I'm bringing more attention to the eyes than anything. And here I'm going to go in with this very dark fudgy color in that Revolution palette. And guys, what I'm going to do with that is kind of put it in the outer corner of that crease. And it's not going to really go all the way down into my crease, but I'm just kind of deepening up that outer corner a little bit. I feel like eyes need a little bit more depth versus just where it's blending and then where it ends. Where it starts and ends is really big with me when it comes to eyeshadows. I think people should get that effect when they see you wearing these kind of colors. I have to say though that it goes back into the blending. You know, if you're afraid of eyeshadows, I say, you know, just try it. It washes off. I mean, these eyeshadows last a long time, and you know, I play with makeup a lot just so I could get comfortable, even doing this on camera for you guys. But just blending that chocolate color kind of just gives the eyes a little bit more dimension on the outside. So it's kind of like it's lighter on the inside of the inner corner of the eye, and it goes out a little bit darker on the outside of the eye, or vice versa. And the more color that I add, I just kind of tap it in there, and then I'll go in with another brush and I'll just kind of, you know, blend those colors out a little bit. And you see I'm kind of cleaning up around my face, because I'm not done with the eyes, but I am going to move on to the rest of the face very soon. But I just want you guys to see just the different brushes that I'm picking up. My favorite foundation that I've been using is the L'Oreal 24-Hour Fresh Infallible Foundation. This is a matte foundation, and for me, who has a very oily T-zone, and I just feel like this has been my new baby, just because I bought this foundation just to see. It had been around YouTube quite a bit, and I wanted to see how this foundation would hold up with me, because I know my skin, I don't know anybody else's skin, but just that throughout the day, you know, how matte would it hold? You know, would it continue to make me more oily throughout the day? How much of my T-zone would I have to, you know, touch up? Because I don't really touch my makeup up during the day. Being a school teacher, I don't really have time to do that. But I definitely wanted, you know, that fresh face, even after 8 hours of wear time. So definitely and I'm wearing it in the number 505 Toffee. Guys, I'm going to go back into that transition shade I put all over the eye, and I'm going to clean up the edges. You see how I'm taking it right there below my brow bone, and I'm just making it look more seamless, because it can get kind of harsh if I don't try to clean the edges up. And you can take a very soft neutral color like the one, it's almost like a very soft peanut butter color, and I just clean the edges up with it. So here I'm just lining my eyes. I had a friend message me, and she asked me what eyeliner was I using that doesn't run. And this right here is the NYX black liner, just their typical black liner. I find that the NYX formula, it goes on really creamy, but the moment that you kind of like blink, it's like it dries down really well. I've never had a problem with it running or had an issue with it giving me, just any weeping out of my tear ducts or anything like that. So if you're like have those oily lids where you feel as though that your lids kind of sweat, or it doesn't stay well, I say try the NYX, because the formula is really, really nice. So I'm just blending out any once again, guys, this is what I say, blending out any harsh lines. And if you want to get even better with these shadows, I find that I have to continue to blend throughout the whole time I'm putting on makeup, just because I'm adjusting. Here I'm going in with the Maybelline Fit Me in the color 355, I think, coconut. Let's see, yes, 355 coconut. And I'm just doing a contour here. I don't put a lot of, I want to say, time into just trying to over exaggerate a contour. I think that to me are contours for your 20-year-olds, your 30-year-olds, and your 40-year-olds. I think if you just have a very nice soft contour, and you kind of concentrate that in that cheekbone area, I think you're going to be very pleased with the outcome. Since I'm in the 40-year-old category, I just find that a softer contour just looks a little bit better on me. I'm using the butter bronzer, and that's in the color Deep. I can't speak highly enough about this bronzer. It is so gorgeous. I've actually now hit pan on it. It smells like coconuts, which I love. And it is just so soft and gives a very nice look to the skin. If you follow me on Instagram, you'll see I talk about this a lot in my stories. And here I'm going in with a L'Oreal Infallible Pro Glow, and I am going to I'm going to conceal under my eyes there a little bit, and then above my lip, and I think my chin, and my right between my eyes there. And this one, I've been using the Makeup Revolution concealer in the color C10, and I love that one. But I'll be honest with you, the L'Oreal Infallible Pro Glow gives more of a brighter under eye look. It just kind of brightens you up more so in that area, and it's really, really nice. I kind of reach for this a little bit more. The color C10 that I have in the Makeup Revolution is nice as well, but I just like this one. The formula is a little bit creamier. I find that the Makeup Revolution is a little bit more drying to me. Here I'm just simply using the e.l.f. and this is just a simple e.l.f. black mascara. I like the one because it's very small. I'm actually prepping my lashes for some falsies, and I'm going to put those on off camera because I still go in and out of being very quick with lashes and being very slow with lashes, depending on how they want to act with me. But I'm kind of letting that concealer sit there so it kind of gives me the best possible, conceal as possible, and just kind of brightening up my under eye area. And I'm using that, I want to say that is Real Techniques blender, just because it has that angle on it, which I love because it gets right underneath my eye area and it's at an angle, and I don't have to poke myself in the eye or do anything like that. But I really love that it does that, and you see how it kind of just gives my skin that really, really nice glow. And the formula, like I said, is really, really creamy. Does a really good job of concealing any dark circles or dark areas that you want to conceal. Here I'm going in with the Maybelline Fit Me, And usually I use my Rimmel Stay Matte powder, but I'm going in with this Maybelline Fit Me. Guys, this powder is actually really nice. You have to be really careful with it just because it can because you can leave it can stay on the skin for quite some time. It's kind of, when you're not, if you don't blend it out well, you know, you'll see it. And I think on I want to say my left cheek, I might have not blended it out the best, but you have to constantly rub. This will leave a cast if you don't rub it out really well. And that's why I'm rubbing. I kind of have to go back in and rub that in a little bit more, this powder. But the thing about this Maybelline Fit Me is that it's camera ready, and it's camera ready because it is so soft, and it's very comparable to a lot of high-end powders out there, translucent powders, and it does a really nice job of lightening you up and just giving you that all over glow. So here I'm going back in with that color, and I'm gonna, it's like I want to say like a reddish kind of topaz kind of color. I'm putting it underneath my waterline there, and I'm gonna buff that out some. I don't always put this under my waterline. This is not a must-have. You don't have to do this, but I think, you know, it does bring out the look a lot more when you at least try to do something different, and at least try something different with your makeup. Excuse me if I got out of focus on here. So here I'm kind of prepping my lashes, and then I'll put those on. And I want to think that I'm wearing I think these are the Ardell's. These are the Ardell Wispies. I'm not sure of the number, but at the time I purchased them, it was, ooh, bless me. At the time that I purchased them, they were buy one, get one free at Sally Beauty. So definitely keep checking there if you are a person that wear falsies a lot and you have falsies laying around. I say definitely do that. And I am going in. I'm going in with the Wet n Wild Mellow Wine, and I love this blush. As you can see, it adds a really nice touch to the bronzer that I'm wearing, and I love it. This is the Maybelline Fit Me Chrome Highlight. I'm using a very small brush there just to kind of put it on. I don't need to have a big old brush. I'm just centering it right there on my top of my cheekbone, which I love this stuff because it is so good. And I'm putting it up there on my brow bone. Okay, so now that my falsies are on and the camera is doing a lot better with not being blurry, you guys can kind of see this makeup look in full effect. I really adore the eye look. I really adore the eyes. Love the color that is going on with those eyes. Like I said, this palette was very affordable. I want to say it was between $12 and $15. and I think it's worth your money. Definitely think it's worth, you're gonna get your money's worth out of it. You know, don't be afraid to try those new colors, and you know, don't be afraid to just kind of get out there and be daring with your eyeshadows. I'm using the Olay Mist, and that's in the color, I think it's in the smell Bergamot. It's like energizing / bergamot. I need to get a haircut so bad, but you know, it'll just keep growing on me. If you watch my stories, you'll see it's gotten even longer. I'm glad that you guys enjoyed this video, and I'll see you again soon.